We're gonna give you a chance with $1,000 minute, so hang on for that. Yeah, so apparently if you use capital letters, unfortunately, you are old. That is the bad news coming out of Gen Z today, at least. Yeah, Gen Z apparently is turning off the capital letters. I don't know what this is about. Why? Like, why?
That's been happening for a very, very
But
long time.
Yeah.
why? Why are they doing this? Why are they just Gen Z apparently is ditching capital letters because they say it's too intense and it's too serious.
Mhm.
They say they want to write in all lowercase because it seems more casual, calm, and just more conversational. It's the way they actually talk, they say, than us older millennials. They say that if you use caps, it seems like a more intense conversation. If you use all caps, it's yelling. So
Yeah.
all of their text conversation comes across now. And I don't know if you've noticed that or not, but if you talk to somebody younger, it's literally all going to be in lowercase letters. And I guess I didn't put that together until I actually read this article. And I'm like, oh, wait, the younger ones actually do that. Like I've noticed that. Like, what in the world? Have you noticed that with like the younger
Oh,
kids?
yeah, this has been going on, I think, for a couple years now, to be honest with
Since
you.
like 2013-ish, I would say.
That long?
Yeah,
Oh,
because
maybe I just
I
haven't
had
realized
my
it.
caps off in high school circa that era, and I would say it started, like, when everyone got into, like, the, like, soft grunge culture and, like, aesthetics and, like, that's when I remember it starting.
So
But
because you
noticeably, I think, like, for everybody else, probably, like, within the last, like,
because
geez,
this article just came out, it's saying this is now
Mm,
like a thing with Gen Z where it's like an absolute thing they must be
at
into.
least at least the last, like, 6 to 7 years, like, this has been, I feel like, more known, but I do get where Charlotte's coming from.
yeah.
So I guess I didn't realize it till recently. I was starting, and this I know I'm turning into a dinosaur. I need to stay in my lane. I started talking to a girl whose age started with a two.
Nope,
Okay. And I it was an upper two, relax.
nope.
Um, and
Stay away from
every
her, get a
e
job.
everything was lowercase, and I thought that was so bizarre until I started reading this article, realizing that that's just
Mm.
the way everything is. But
Yes.
then it makes me so you're telling me if you and you have to tell me if you're, if you're a Gen Z and you read a text and it has a cap in it, because the problem is
Then they mean
we're
business.
Yeah.
starting. I know. Is that what it means? Because we're starting to work with kids now, and I say kids, but I mean there's
Mm.
adults, I guess. We're starting to work with Gen Z people, and like if they
The
if
way
they
you're talking
read,
about them, it's like you're
yo,
afraid. Like,
well,
Gen Z people are coming into
they're
the
coming into the
workplace.
workplace. They're
These
coming in.
are
No, but they're
adults.
not yet. They're not. They're kids to me, right?
Okay.
And so, like, do we seem like dinosaurs? If I'm using these capital letters to them, is it like, am I yelling at them? If I'm like, hey, just a normal sentence structure.
Oh, yeah, I mean, I get it too. I mean, I think aesthetically, I totally understand the lowercase because I mean, I'll even do all lowercase on, like, social media because it feels
Mhm.
like a vibe to me.
Yeah.
But I do
I'm
understand.
not taking you serious though at work if you're using all lowercase. I'm not.
And that's fine for you, but I think, like, when you're texting and you see, like, one capital letter, it just reminds me and immediately makes me think about, like, writing an essay back in school. I don't know
Yeah.
why.
Like
Um,
it feels like formal.
it
Like,
does, it
wait,
does feel
but when you
formal.
text me, but you text normal.
I
Like you text a sentence case.
Yeah, I mean, I think exactly where it's like what I'm saying is I understand where they're coming from because
Mhm.
even when I see it, and maybe that's also, but you know me, like I don't like texting, period. So maybe
Mhm.
as I'm talking through this, maybe I'm understanding my phobia as to why I don't like typing it out. Because when I do visibly see this in my text, it makes me feel like I'm like doing MLA format and like it's a very formal thing. So, which is why I'm a caller. I also understand like Gen Z is more so like texting and not on the phone.
Yeah.
So I stand by that. I'm a caller through and through. Like, call me real
Mhm.
quick. I really don't like texting, period.
Yeah.
I do use like a capital letter, but I understand like the vibe and like I think just like the casualness of the lowercase. I get it.
Charlotte, you though, you're like right at the cusp
Yeah.
of Gen Z,
A
and
zillennial.
but you will still text in normal sentence case. By the way, if you're just tuning in, we're talking about how Gen Z says the capital letters are too intense and they're too serious. They're not going to type that way. Their texts don't come across with cap. They're doing all lowercase now. But you still text with
So
sentence case.
I had my auto capitalization off for like a good 10 years. But a few years ago, I was promoted to like an assistant manager of a museum. And I was like, okay, I feel
Gotta be an
like
adult.
I think that around then was when I was like, all right, it's time to turn the auto the auto caps back on.
I'm not taking you serious. I'm sorry. If somebody at work tries to text me and it's like LOL, like all lowercase, no, kids, turn your sentence.
It doesn't matter. I feel like that does not matter. I don't think it takes the seriousness.
It does take.
Out of,
I'm not taking you serious if it's all lowercase.
You're giving hater because you just found out about it when we've all known about it for years.
And you are too. So it's time to act like an adult, children. Okay.
Okay.
All right. Let's do our $1,000 minute. You ready to go? We got 7 trivia questions, $1,000 in free gas, and that should sound